From the moment a girl is born, the world begins to whisper limitations. They come in subtle forms, in the toys she's given, the compliments she receives, the stories she hears. She's told to be sweet, not too loud, to be polite, not too assertive, to be pretty, not too opinionated. And before she even understands what strength means, she's already being asked to shrink. But here's the truth the world doesn't always tell her. Girls can do anything. Not some things, not the things society makes room for, not the things that are safe or suitable or acceptable. Anything. She can lead nations. She can build companies. She can raise families and raise her voice. She can invent, inspire, innovate. She can fight. She can feel. She can fall and rise again, stronger. And no, this isn't just about breaking records or shattering glass ceilings. This is about the everyday, unstoppable power of being a girl who refuses to be limited. A girl who doesn't wait for permission. A girl who knows her voice matters even if it shakes. A girl who knows her worth even when the world overlooks it. A girl who chooses courage over comfort, truth over approval, growth over perfection. But here's what no one says enough: the world will try to stop her. It will try to box her in. It will say you're too much, too loud, too emotional, too ambitious. It will say you're not enough, not strong enough, not experienced enough, not ready. It will pit her against other girls instead of helping her rise with them. It will give her a checklist of how to be lovable, acceptable, desirable, and expect her to follow it quietly. But she wasn't born to follow, she was born to lead. She wasn't born to apologize for who she is, she was born to own it. She wasn't born to make herself smaller to fit in. She was born to stand tall, even if she stands alone. To every girl listening to this, don't stop. Don't stop when they doubt you. Don't stop when they underestimate you. Don't stop when they laugh at your dreams. Don't stop when the journey gets hard, when your confidence shakes, when your voice trembles. Keep going, because your steps are not just for you. They're paving the path for those who come after you. Every time you speak your truth, you give another girl the courage to do the same. Every time you rise after falling, you prove that strength doesn't mean you never break. It means you never quit. You are allowed to take up space. You are allowed to say no. You are allowed to be bold and kind. You are allowed to change your mind, change your path, and change the world all at once. Don't let the world's discomfort become your silence. Don't let their expectations become your limits. Don't let their approval become your motivation. You don't owe anyone perfection. You don't owe anyone politeness when your boundaries are crossed. You don't owe anyone your dreams just because they don't understand them. What you owe is yourself, your truth, your joy, your resilience, your voice. And let's get something clear. Being a girl is not a disadvantage. It's not a weakness to hide or a barrier to break through. It's a source of unmatched power. Girls are magic and muscle. Girls are strategy and softness. Girls are thunder and tenderness, fire and focus, empathy and edge. So, no matter your age, background, story, or struggle, you are capable of anything. You can be an engineer who loves poetry. You can be a boxer who cries. You can be a leader who listens. You can be powerful and gentle, fierce and soft, all at the same time. You are not less than anyone. You don't have to be better than the boys. You just have to be fully yourself. Because when girls stop comparing and start collaborating, mountains move. When girls uplift each other, the world rises with them. When girls believe in their worth unapologetically, they become unstoppable. You were not created to be silent. You were not created to be small. You were not created to fit into a mold someone else designed for you. You were created to live boldly, speak bravely, and show up fully as you are. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not lost. You are becoming. You are blooming. You are building, day by day, a life that reflects who you are, not who the world wants you to be. And yes, the road will be hard, you will face resistance, you will be told to stop, to slow down, to tone it down, to be realistic, but don't slow down your dreams for anyone who doesn't see your light. Don't silence your truth for anyone who's uncomfortable with your strength. Don't wait for permission to rise now. To the girls who are starting over, you're not too late. To the girls who feel too broken, you are still whole. To the girls who feel unseen, your worth is not dependent on being noticed. It's in your being. There is nothing ordinary about you. Your story matters. Your dreams are valid. Your voice can shift cultures, rewrite narratives, and heal generations. And you don't have to become anyone else to do that. You already have what it takes. You just have to believe it fiercely, fully, finally. So here's your reminder, your anthem, your permission slip. Girls can do anything. Don't stop. Don't stop when it's uncomfortable. Don't stop when it's slow. Don't stop when you're tired. Don't stop when it doesn't make sense to anyone but you. Keep learning, keep unlearning, keep rising, keep breaking cycles, keep taking up space, keep walking your truth. Because the world needs what only you can give, not a copy, not a version, but you loud, bold, and limitless. You're not here to fit in, you're here to lead, to create, to disrupt, to build, to heal, to shine. Girls can do anything, and that includes you. So lift your head, hold your ground, speak your truth. Follow that fire and don't stop. Girls enter this world with limitless wonder. They are born with fire in their hearts, with curiosity in their eyes, with dreams that stretch far beyond the sky. They don't come into the world thinking they can't, they come in believing everything is possible. Until someone tells them otherwise. That's the tragedy we don't speak about enough. Girls are not born limited. They are conditioned to believe in limits. Conditioned by a culture that tells them to be nice instead of bold. Conditioned by classrooms that let boys lead and expect girls to be quiet. Conditioned by media that shows them their worth is tied to their looks, not their ideas. Conditioned by language you throw like a girl, don't be too loud, that's not ladylike, small phrases that slowly chip away at a girl's confidence before she even realizes it. It's not that the fire goes out, it's that the world starts pouring water on it, little by little. She's told to dream, but not too big. To lead, but not too loudly. To be confident, but not too proud. To be smart, but not smarter than the boy sitting next to her. And so she learns to shrink, to doubt herself before she even tries. To play it safe, to ask for permission, to suppress her voice, her hunger, her genius. Not because she lacks power, but because she's been taught to question it. That is the cost of conditioning. It builds cages in the minds of girls, invisible chains wrapped around their potential. But here's the most powerful truth of all. Every single limit they've been taught is breakable. Beliefs can be unlearned. Boxes can be stepped out of. Chains can be broken. And when a girl begins to challenge those beliefs, when she dares to ask, what if they were wrong about me? If that's the moment she begins to set herself free. That's the moment she realizes she can be more than quiet. She can be more than sweet. She can be fierce, loud, brave, relentless. She can take up space not just in rooms, but in boardrooms, classrooms, labs, stadiums, stages, and beyond. And that freedom doesn't come from the outside. It doesn't come from permission, from praise, or from waiting for someone to open the door. It comes from within, from a girl who finally sees that the door was never locked in the first place. She was always powerful. She just needed to remember. So yes, girls are not born limited. They are born infinite. It's the world that teaches them to shrink, but they don't have to stay small. The moment she questions the lies she's been told, the moment she sees that can't was never hers, the moment she reclaims the belief that she can, that she will, that she must, that's when everything changes. Because a girl who breaks through the walls built around her potential isn't just free, she becomes a force. And when one girl breaks free, she becomes the permission slip for thousands more. So to every girl listening, the limits you feel, they're not yours, they were handed to you. You don't have to carry them anymore. Start unlearning. Start questioning. Start becoming. Because real freedom begins the moment you stop believing what the world said you couldn't do, and start proving that you were never meant to be anything less than limitless strength. That word gets thrown around so easily, so often, yet so mistakenly. We're taught that strength looks like having it all together, that it means never crying, never breaking down, never needing help, that it means being bulletproof, always smiling, always succeeding, always strong, even when everything inside is falling apart. But let's be clear, strength is not about perfection. It's not about pretending to be okay. It's not about suppressing your feelings or silencing your truth. It's not about being unbreakable. It's about becoming unshakable. Strength is not about toughness. It's about showing up. Even when you're scared, even when your voice trembles, even when you don't have all the answers, strength is choosing to rise one more time after every fall. It's having the courage to be vulnerable, to be honest, to be real. It's saying, I'm struggling, and still walking forward. It's speaking your truth in a room that never expected you to speak at all. Real strength is quiet. It's found in the girl who keeps trying, not because she's never failed, but because she's failed and decided not to stop. It's in the girl who wipes her tears and shows up to class, to work, to life, even after a sleepless night. It's in the girl who raises her hand when her heart is pounding, in the girl who says no, because she's finally learned to protect her peace. Strength is showing up for yourself. It's getting out of bed when your mind tells you to stay hidden. It's standing up for someone else when no one else does. It's setting a boundary and not apologizing for it. Strength is speaking up for your needs, for your dreams, for what's right even when it's uncomfortable, even when it's lonely. Because silence may keep the peace, but truth creates freedom, and strong girls speak not to be loud, but to be heard. Not to be right, but to be real. Strength is never giving up, not on your path, not on your healing, not on the belief that you matter, even when the world makes you question it. Strength isn't loud, but it's constant. It shows up in small decisions, choosing to try again, choosing to believe again, choosing to love yourself again. So no, strength is not having a perfect life. It's not about walking through life untouched. It's not about always being brave. It's about being afraid and doing it anyway. It's about falling apart and rebuilding piece by piece, day by day. It's about the fight that happens inside you, the one no one sees, and still rising, still shining, still believing in yourself when others stop. To every girl out there, you don't need to have it all together to be strong. You don't need to be fearless to be powerful. You just need to keep showing up, to keep speaking your truth, to keep refusing to give up on yourself no matter what. That is real strength. And it lives in you not because you're perfect, but because you are brave enough to be imperfect and keep going anyway. Somewhere along the way, girls are taught to apologize for who they are. They apologize for raising their hand too much in class, for speaking with too much certainty, for leading with too much clarity, for dreaming too loudly, loving too deeply, feeling too much. They apologize for being too emotional, for being too ambitious, for being too independent, too intense, too different. As if being fully themselves is something they should shrink from, something they should soften. But here's the truth. Girls don't need to apologize for their fire. They don't need to apologize for their light. They don't need to apologize for their strength, their softness, or their voice. Because every time a girl says sorry for her power, the world loses something important. It loses innovation. It loses courage. It loses progress. It loses authenticity. When girls stop apologizing for being bold, smart, emotional, or different, they start changing the world. Because the world needs bold. It needs the girl who speaks what others are afraid to say. who walks into the room and doesn't wait to be chosen because she already knows her worth. The world needs smart. It needs girls who question, who think critically, who invent, who lead, who challenge systems and rewrite the rules. It needs girls who love their minds, who aren't ashamed to be excellent, who don't dim themselves to make others feel comfortable. The world needs emotional, because emotional means deeply human. It means empathy, intuition, compassion. Courage, it means knowing how to connect, how to feel, how to heal. For too long, emotion has been labeled as weakness, especially in women. But emotion is where wisdom lives. It's where resilience begins. It's where change is born, and the world absolutely needs different. It needs girls who don't fit the mold, girls who break patterns, girls who wear their truth like armor, girls who challenge every "this is how it's always been done" with "but why?" Because it's the different ones, the misunderstood, the misfits, the fearless who turn history on its head. And here's what happens when a girl stops apologizing for who she is. She becomes unshakable. She takes up space without asking. She speaks without shrinking. She leads without guilt. She loves herself out loud. She inspires others to do the same. Her very existence becomes a revolution. So no, being bold isn't something she should tone down. Being smart isn't something she should hide. Being emotional isn't something she should feel ashamed of. Being different isn't something she should fix. These are not flaws, they are superpowers. When girls stop apologizing for them, they stop waiting to be saved, and they start saving themselves. They stop competing and start creating. They stop conforming and start transforming. That's how the world changes. Not just through laws or politics or speeches, but through girls who refuse to apologize for being exactly who they are. So to every girl who's been told to tone it down, sit still, stay small. Don't be bold, be smart, be emotional. Be wildly, unapologetically different, and never say sorry for it, because the world doesn't need another perfect girl. It needs you, raw, real, and ready to rise. The moment you stop apologizing is the moment you start leading. And that, right there, is how revolutions begin.